How's it going, everybody? This is scary. All right, let's give this a go. So how's it going? My name is Andrew Green. I'm the creative director and co-founder of 12 South. 12 South is a small company here in Charleston that, like many good startups, got its start in a dining room table when my wife and I had the crazy idea to make some accessories for Macs, and now iPads and iPhones too. So we got our things together and swung for the fences, and we're still here 3 years later, so I count that as success. Let me take a sec to show you some of our favorites. First up is Magic Wand. Magic Wand combines the trackpad and the keyboard together to make one single device, nice and clean for the living room Mac setup, but the coolest thing is double-handed Photoshop there. So rock that out. Next up is the Hover Bar. Hover Bar is really cool because it takes your iPad and sticks it right next to your Mac. So you take it out of your bag, it's not just a mobile device, you stick them together and have this uber awesome workstation of just Mac goodness, right? But maybe our best known product is the BookBook for iPhone. So I'll tell you kind of how we came up with this idea. We looked around for cases that's a wallet and a case for your iPhone and couldn't find anything, so we just went out and made one that we wanted ourselves. So that's how it came about. And now we're sold in every Apple store in the world, but our team is still only 12 people. In this industry, it's very small because we're up against the Griffins and Belkins of the world, but we're fine with that. In fact, we have no desire to get any bigger than we are now. We have chosen to be small and stay small because we think small is freedom, small is fast, small is competitive. In fact, we think that small is the new big, and that's really what I'd like to talk to you guys about for a few minutes tonight. Okay, so here's the thing. It used to be that size equaled success. If you could make 100 grand with 10 people, then you could make $1 million with 100 people. When you wanted to grow your business, you just threw people at it. And of course, you wanted to be bigger, right? Everyone wants to start a business to grow it as large as it possibly can be, right? More people, more money, bigger, 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 right? Like the Lorax is debating there. Well, 12 South doesn't really think like that. When we started 3 years ago, we came up with just 3 product ideas. We made some prototypes out of scrap metal, and we were really fortunate enough to get a meeting with Apple Computer. So we went out there. Apple was used to these thousands of companies lining up, showing them 200 cases for the iPhone, and just there were these huge companies that there were teams of hundreds of people managing it, and they said, we can handle Apple because we sell hundreds of cases in Target, Best Buy, Walmart, and Apple ignored them all. 12 South told a different story, a smaller story. We told them that we wanted to focus on making stuff for the Mac, not the much larger market of the iPhone or the iPod. We said would be hardware Apple exclusive and not even compatible with computers like the Dell or HP that sold a lot more. We said if you want to use a 12 South product, get a Mac. This new idea was a kind of breath of fresh air to them. And we were hyper-focused and small, and it struck a chord with Apple. They believed in it so much that 4 months later, we launched our first products in the Apple stores globally. 12 South is also very proud to be located here in Charleston, Condé Nast's #1 city in the world, right? Many, many great reasons we deserve this honor, great restaurants, amazing history, as you guys know, but it turns out that being a small city has something to do with that too. Let me explain. Condé Nast Traveler Awards are voted on by the readers of the magazine themselves. These are savvy travelers, right, that travel all over the world. They've been to the big cities like San Francisco and New York, and what I think these travelers seem to be seeking out now is not the overwhelming cities anymore, but the smaller, more quaint, more authentic cities, just like Charleston. So, when asked about our incredible string of recent awards, which seems magical, Frank Fredericks, chairman of the Charleston CVB, said this: most people who can travel have been to all the big cities, and people are realizing that they wanted things real and authentic. Charleston, with its compact, accessible size, combined with the Southern hospitality and history, represents that promise now better than any other city in the world, and it also just happens to be the smallest city on that entire list. Coincidence? I don't think so. I think that small is the new big here in Charleston as well. So, what does all this mean? What can you do with this information? Hopefully something, right? So I think if you have a business idea or a thought or a product concept and you thought you weren't big enough to try, you're completely wrong. If you thought that only larger companies and well-funded startups have a chance to make an impact and get noticed, wrong again. And if you thought you needed to be in a big city or a major metro area, that is the incorrect assumption. And in many ways, Charleston is the perfect place to take that chance, start a business, take a swing for the fences on your wildest dreams. The small size of Charleston will actually work to your advantage. Startup costs are less. Social media and digital marketing, being the great equalizer that they are, will put your message and your homepage on equal footing with every competitor on the planet immediately. So, be like the band, the Lumineers, who after years of trying to make it in New York City, they moved to Denver to establish themselves, right? And there they found a smaller market that received them and tremendously supported them. And that success and that following that they grew there grew into the success that they enjoyed today. Be like our friends at Jewel and Jenny, a small video production company here in Charleston that not only does beautiful work for Charleston CVB and 12 South, but they also do national spots for Verizon, for AT&T, for FedEx, a two-person team right here in Charleston. Thanks, Adam, for helping me out on this, by the way. Be like Hook Advertising, who consistently wins business away from the larger agencies in Charleston and Charlotte. Last year, they won the Agency of the Year for the entire Southeast. And maybe that's because their small size gives them more time to focus on creative instead of managing 100-plus people. So, in summary, it's clear to me that the small and focused ideas and the small companies are going to make the biggest impact today. And you are all here. You are just the people to do that. So go out there. I encourage you to take a chance. I encourage you to roll the dice, work your art, and let's change the world in our small way together, and let's show everyone that small is the new big. Thank you.